let's go ahead and check back in with Storm Tracker 4 meteorologist Daniel McFarland with a look at your traffic and weather. And I must say, weather is what everybody is focused on right now as we give folks a live view out in Midtown. But I have to say, it's a lot less cold out today.
Yeah, I think less cold is probably good to say because it is still cold.
Yes.
I still have brought in a heavy jacket today.
Right.
Yeah, I know you probably did too.
Yes.
Yeah, so what we're going to be having still chilly conditions out there for the next few hours, Monica, and then we're going to be tracking cooler temperatures again for tomorrow morning. It's just not going to be as chilly as what you had earlier today. But let's go ahead and give you that quick look outside once again through the Storm Tracker 4 Skycam network. And you can see that we do have clear skies in the background right here, and we're not expecting a whole lot of rain over the next little bit. 54, not a cloud in the skies expected over the next few hours, but that is going to be changing overnight. We do have a slight northwest wind, and that's where these clouds are going to be coming from during the evening hours, as we'll see here in just a minute. But when it comes to the evening, many of us are going to be looking pretty good across the area here. Mainly, we're going to be sitting there in the 40s throughout much of the rest of the evening. If you head on over towards, say, 7 p.m., 8 p.m., many of us are going to be down to the lower 40s at that point in time. So that's going to be a real big difference out there. Now, there's going to be a few different things we're tracking over the next little bit. Obviously, another frigid start tomorrow, as I mentioned, and another round of rain and snow for Thursday, something else we're going to be looking at with that next system passing us by. Now, when it comes to this weekend, if you want warmer conditions, that's going to be the time to look out for. It's going to be feeling a whole lot better out there. At least currently, looking around at some other areas, you do see 54 at the airport, about 52 in Rita Ranch. You also have some areas like the foothills sitting at 51 degrees. Looking down near Green Valley, 53 there, and just about everyone in Cochise County is going to be in the 40s at the moment. And as I was talking about before, morning low is not going to be as bad for us versus what we had yesterday. But I'd say the problem is that we're still going to be down below the freezing point. So go ahead and just keep those plants covered for overnight tonight because you're still expecting below freezing throughout much of the city of Tucson. And if you're outside of Tucson, spots like Sarita, Green Valley, good chance you're down into the upper 20s with the way things are shaping up. Now, there's still going to be a handful of areas expecting the teens like Wilcox and Benson at 17 and 19. You also see Douglas expecting around 20 there. Tomorrow's high temperatures still going to be taking a step forward here. So instead of stopping in the 40s like we saw yesterday or stopping in the 50s like today, low 60s throughout most of the city of Tucson before we track this low that is eventually going to breach us on Thursday. And what this is going to do is not necessarily bring us a great chance of snow for the city of Tucson, but if you live in areas like Cochise or Graham County, that's going to be where that snow chance comes in. So for the city of Tucson, I still think the biggest thing we're watching is potential for about quarter-inch rain at most throughout a lot of town, and also wind gusts that could be as high as about 40 miles per hour at times. We'll have a better idea of what to expect with that over the next little bit. So when it comes to the best areas, if you want to go see snow, areas like Benson, Tombstone, potentially Safford, Wilcox, that's where your better chances are going to be. The problem with the snow falling on Thursday is that it doesn't look like it's going to stick. The timing even for them isn't going to be right, and just about all the rain or snow chances are going to be wrapped up by the early evening. Looking beyond Thursday, though, you see 28 that following morning. Don't be surprised if we have another hard freeze warning like what we had earlier today on Friday. And then we're going to warm up quite a bit during your weekend with a low of 37 on Sunday, eventually getting to the upper 60s, Monica, towards the middle of next week. That's going to be a nice little change there, and maybe even 70s for the following weekend.